The most recent big language model from OpenAI, GPT-4, has been released. This model is a sizable multimodal that can accept inputs of both text and images and produce text outputs. In the realm of artificial intelligence, particularly in the area of natural language processing, the recent release of GPT-4 represents a crucial turning point. Welcome to the channel, subscribe, and follow for more. What are transformers with generative pre-training? Deep learning models called generative pre-trained transformers, GPT, are used to produce text that resembles human speech. Typical usage comprise answering questions, summarizing text, translating text to other languages, generating code, generating blog posts, stories, conversations, and other content types. GPT models have countless uses, and you can even fine-tune them using particular data to produce even better outcomes. You can cut expenditures on computing, time, and other resources by employing transformers. GPT-4, what is it? The most recent language model system from OpenAI is called GPT-4. When ChatGPT was introduced in November 2022, the company used its previous version, GPT 3.5, to power it. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, a category of language model that makes use of deep learning to produce conversational writing that sounds human. GPT-4 can accept both text and image inputs and produce human-like text since it is a sizable multimodal model. Note the accent on multimodal. Using GPT-4, for instance, you might upload a worksheet and it would be able to scan it and produce answers to the questions. It might also be able to read a graph you provide and do calculations based on the information provided. Because of the research company's initial focus on working with just one partner, GPT-4's visual input capabilities are not currently available through any platforms. There are ways to use GPT-4's text input functionality, though. Only those who pay ChatGPT Plus, which gives users access to the language model for $20 per month, will have access to OpenAI's text input functionality. There will be a user cap even with this subscription, so you might not always be able to access it when you want to. This is something to think about before investing. Bing Chat can be used to access GPT-4's text functionality for free. Microsoft announced that its own chatbot, Bing Chat, had been using GPT-4 since its inception 5 weeks ago on the same day that OpenAI released GPT-4. Although it is free to use, Bing Chat does need queue registration. Microsoft's chatbot, Bing Talk, utilizes GPT-4, the most sophisticated algorithm from OpenAI. According to Yusuf Mehdi, Corporate Vice President and Consumer Chief Marketing Officer at Microsoft, 100 million daily active users, DAU, of the new Bing have used the platform to engage in 45 million discussions within the first month of its launch. The popularity of the chatbot is due to the fact that it is comparable to ChatGPT in terms of functionality but has a full internet connection, whereas ChatGPT does not. What has changed in GPT-4? GPT-4 was created to increase model alignment, or the capacity to carry out user goals, while simultaneously improving model veracity and producing output that is less obscene or hazardous. Performance upgrades. As one may anticipate, GPT-4 models outperformed GPT 3.5 models in terms of the veracity of the responses. With GPT-4 scoring 40% higher than GPT 3.5 on OpenAI's internal factual performance benchmark, the percentage of hallucinations, when the model commits factual or reasoning errors, is reduced. Also, it enhances steerability, or the capacity to modify behavior in response to user demands. You may instruct it to write, for instance, in a different tone, style, or voice. To get it to explain a data science topic to you, try starting prompts with "You are a garrulous data expert" or "You are a terse data expert." The model's adherence to guardrails is another enhancement. It is better at declining requests to perform things that are wrong or unsavory. Inputs from visuals in GPT-4. GPT-4's ability to accept text and image inputs, which are now exclusively available for research purposes, is one significant change. Users can enter any language or vision task by sprinkling text and images throughout the text. In the examples, complicated images like charts, memes, and screenshots from academic publications are successfully interpreted by GPT-4. Benchmarks for GPT-4 performance. By mimicking tests made for people, such as the SAT for college admission and the LSAT and Uniform Bar Examination for lawyers, OpenAI evaluated GPT-4. According to the findings, GPT-4 performed at a level comparable to that of humans on a number of professional and academic criteria. GPT-4 was also put through its paces on typical benchmarks for machine learning models, where it surpassed both the most advanced models and most big language models that had been created specifically for those benchmarks or that had additional training procedures. These standards covered 57 different disciplines with multiple choice questions, common sense thinking for everyday situations, elementary school science multiple choice questions, and more. What potential uses does GPT-4 have? Although customers are not yet able to use the multimodal application of GPT-4, OpenAI has already partnered with the app Be My Eyes, which is designed for people who are blind or visually handicapped. The GPT-4 component of the program lets you take a picture of what you're viewing, and the AI will describe whatever you see, including clothing, plants, gym equipment, reading maps, and much more. For the purpose of intelligent learning, GPT-4 has also collaborated with other programs like Duolingo, Khan Academy, and even the Icelandic government. Although GPT-4's API is now only available to those on a waitlist, once it is officially released, we can anticipate developers to create some incredible experiences. The aforementioned programs are already available for usage even before that. Are there any restrictions on GPT-4? Even though GPT-4 is hailed as the next development in artificial intelligence, there are still certain roadblocks. To begin with, GPT-4 has no awareness of any global events that have taken place since September 2021. Moreover, the model doesn't gain knowledge from mistakes. Due to this, the GPT-4 model may exhibit erroneous thinking and may even be inclined to believe blatantly incorrect claims made by a user. Like humans, GPT-4 is capable of making mistakes. Like GPT 3.5, the new model is capable of hallucinations and can make predictions that are certain to be incorrect. This could result in GPT-4 not double-checking its work when it occasionally makes a mistake. In spite of this, OpenAI asserts that GPT-4 has been better educated than the other models to prevent this. The model's score in decreasing hallucinations was 35% higher than GPT 3.5 in the company's internal adversarial factuality evaluations. Even though the model's perceptions and forecasts have gotten better, its conclusions should still be used in conjunction with expert guidance. Make GPT-4 better together with OpenAI evals. For the creation and execution of benchmarks for models such as GPT-4, OpenAI employs its own software platform. The business has provided a couple of the most popular templates because it is open source. Evalis will be a crucial component of crowdsourcing benchmarks, according to OpenAI, which can be used to make sure GPT-4 is better trained and performs even better. The company has therefore requested all GPT-4 users to evaluate its models against benchmarks and submit samples. The GPT-4 research page at OpenAI has more details on the subject. How to get instant access to GPT-4. GPT-4 isn't currently available to everyone, which is unfortunate. Only ChatGPT Plus members with a usage cap are presently able to access the new model, according to OpenAI. Limited token access to two separate GPT-4 versions is also provided to Plus subscribers. Some are confined to GPT-4 8K, which has a smaller capacity, while certain users can use GPT-4's 32K engine, which provides them with a longer word limit. This will be dynamically changed according to demand, according to OpenAI. You'll be happy to know that Microsoft Bing already uses GPT-4 if you can't be bothered to purchase ChatGPT Plus. Although you won't be able to experiment with the language model the same way you could on OpenAI, it's still a good idea to try out various ideas. Unfortunately, GPT-4 is not currently available for free. A $20 monthly ChatGPT Plus subscription is needed for it. Nonetheless, OpenAI has announced that it intends to eventually make GPT-4 queries available to everyone without charge. Also, the business might launch a new membership tier to provide better access to fresh AI language models like GPT-4. No, GPT-4 is not a complete indicator. The updated model still has several drawbacks, such as an outdated dataset and sporadic hallucinations. The model can confidently provide incorrect responses, which, although not malevolent, can nevertheless be misleading. Although GPT-4 has made progress over GPT 3.5, it still has a fair share of issues. Hence, if you do decide to use the most recent model, supplement it with good human judgment. The base model for GPT-4 has been taught to anticipate the following word in a document, just like its previous language models. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.